Hello and welcome back. We are live again after, Max, that last one. It's going to be tough to beat on quality. It did come out not how you and I were expecting, though.
No, look, someone brought it up in the Twitch chat. All right, normally I don't like to highlight them when they're pointing out how wrong we are, but when the two Rocket League guys come in and just butcher everything on the prediction, it is what it is. I don't know. I think batting 0% over the course of the weekend is something that should be celebrated.
Yeah, agreed. I'm competing with you on it, so we'll see who gets the title. However, with neither of our picks going through, we do see Poland and Finland in our next matchup up against Great Britain and Belgium. This might be too much to overcome for the moment. Finland had some really good placements, but this is going to be so tough. It's really hard to pick this.
I thought we were doing upper bracket.
Oh, I heard differently as we were heading into this. Can we get confirmation from production which match we are looking at?
Yeah, we're doing the upper bracket. The France.
Yeah, upper final. Right.
France, Germany, and Slovenia.
Yep. Netherlands and Germany. Again, it's going to be, no word of a lie was said. It is going to be a tough matchup, but France is coming in here massively. Germany's been absolutely hammering. Who hasn't? It is the upper bracket finals. If somebody isn't good here, something's gone very wrong.
Yes, I think that's a good way of looking at it. But it should be a fun one as well, because behind the scenes, it's just been nonstop discussions, which of these teams realistically is going to be that one. I know predictions have been all over the place. A lot of hype on the Netherlands team, a lot of hype on the German team. The French team, it's been kind of, casual optimism, happy that they're here. We'll see what they can do. And Slovakia, that's been, I think, the other one where we had an interview lined up. I think it's going to happen after this matchup. So whether or not it's a happy interview or a sad interview, we'll find out how this finals goes. But hopefully we'll be getting into the match soon, because I am excited for it.
Yeah, Slovakia and Germany have already seen each other, of course, in the last round as well. And looking at the top, it was France and Netherlands coming out of there. So those two teams are going to be facing each other with very recent history, obviously. Coming in from yesterday, they'll have probably studied the lines of each other now and coming in with some big pushes on the corners that they know they need. It's going to be tough. Do you think there's going to be much safing in this one? Or is it just there's too much to lose here?
This is a chance to get to the grand final. Why save? Especially for both France and the Netherlands. They tied in that upper semifinal, if you missed it before. And now that we've seen how the format plays out, a tie is pretty spectacular in its own right. And you have the feeling that it's unlikely the two of them are going to tie for first twice in a row. So somebody is going to have to I guess drop maybe down a bit. I don't know. Is this a grand final preview? I don't want to go to the lower brackets again. I kind of saw how they were playing down there before. That British team looks incredibly strong at the moment. I don't want to face them. It's tough.
It was the same with mixed solo. The lower brackets have been almost as tough as the upper brackets. It's so hard to say that you're looking at the easier matches when you drop down from the uppers. It should be the case. It's not going to be. There is still big challenges down there that will end up in the grand final. So if you can overcome them, good for you. But it's going to be yet to be seen who it is to be dropping down there at all. So I very much doubt it's going to be France. There's been a lot of talk about how big France has been, but they have been yet to really prove it on track. So they need to make it all the way to the end of this to really hammer that nail home.
So are you saying France is getting through then? I'm gonna let you take the first pick.
I think so.
Right.
I'm gonna go with France here. You want to go back and forth then? You give me your first, and then I'll go second pick.
Slovakia.
Slovakia for number one here for you.
Yeah.
Oh, you are actually batting for that 0%. I see. No.
I'm sorry. Are they not like the best looking team coming into this right now?
They
this
are
is the first time I'm taking a safe pick, man.
They are excellent. I think Germany came into this across all of the game modes looking really good to me, but I wouldn't pick them as my second here either. So it would have to be Slovakia for me as the second here. But that competition between France and Netherlands means both those teams are going to be really excellent. It could be either of them. Yeah, I'll go France and Slovakia.
Yeah, I'm going to go Netherlands. I actually think that I kind of like the Netherlands.
Ooh.
Maybe this is more of a gut pick, but they took it to France last time. They did tie, and I can see it coming down to the very end. We'll see how it plays off as we're getting very close to sending it on this map right now. All the players have readied up, so too shall we. Look, if I get those wrong and it's France and Germany getting through, fair shout. I can see that happening again.
I don't think it's gonna be Germany this time around. They do have a really good team. I want to see Barbos come out and send something massive in here. But Loso has been just incredible, and Tween, it's not just this tournament. Tween is turning up everywhere right now. So I do think Slovakia. You are probably right that is the big shout coming into this right this second. But at the same time, Vortex has just been so unbelievably dominant individually. It might come down to the game mode to make the difference.
I mean, we'll see. Of course, we are starting our warm-up now, so we're getting very close. It is the same map order, so we are going to be once again starting with Surfside, which is it's something I kind of found interesting.
Your microphone has decided to go crispy again. That's a good one. We love that. Max, you have had the best weekend for tech issues. At some point, I do expect something to happen with the camera. You guys at home, I think you should get a bingo sheet ready for tech issues of Max Formal. We're going to play a game at the end of this and see who can hit the most of them. So we'll see how that goes. But Max, we can't hear you at all now, so that's an interesting development. You've gone from all the sound to none of the sound in one fell swoop. There you are. You're back. Yeah, we love that. Yeah. Okay. You did sound like an electrical storm hitting your microphone directly.
Hey, we gave production the warning, all right? For those of you, if you want to check the weather, check the state of Queensland and Australia. Yes. It is storming right now. So we'll see what happens.
You know what? I'm okay with that. It has been so blisteringly hot here. I'm very okay with the rain right now. Cool us down a bit. Of course, nothing is cooling down on track. We're just about to hit it again, and everything is warming up once more, Max.
Yeah, it is warming up, as to are we. So let's get this match underway. Here we go. Round one, starting off with Surfside. And when I was trying to say that before, I was so rudely interrupted by a cable exploding. What I find interesting about the format for the tech is, well, we kind of start with like maybe more of the easier tracks or the simpler ones, and it gets more and more difficult as we go. This first track, so much of it is determined at the start and the end on Surfside, so we're going to be excited to see who holds that speed. Consistency, always the key word in these elimination type races, and out the gate right now, I have to say, Zimzalabim in the back. It's a horrible name to speak. Well, great stuff, R3. We'll see what he can do in the tail end of it all.
Zimzalabim. Yeah, I think it'll be.
Zimzalablam out if they can't pull it off.
Well, I hope that they don't go out right now, because I'm not going to be able to say their name any other way. It's going to be sung every single time. It doesn't look like he's going to be going home. Here's Zykos from France going out first.
Not
Sorry,
France.
not France. That is not France. No, that is my bad. That is not France.
Well, I mean, if you turn the flag sideways, maybe.
We can, no, it's still reversed. But yeah, well, no, if you turned it the other way.
Which way you turn
yeah, that's true. Well, not, yeah, it doesn't have to be 90 degrees right. It could be 90 degrees left.
Exactly. And well, they've left this heat because they've been eliminated. So one is gone already. Not the start that the Netherlands were looking for. And an argument can be made, too, that the start, these first 3-4 rounds, can be the most important as well, because if you lose 2 drivers in the first 4 rounds, you're putting yourself at a major disadvantage throughout the rest of the heat.
Vortex has already been looking absolutely excellent, but your worst fear could come true here. France and Germany have been pretty consistently up at the front. I think the format does give an advantage to the teams who are more consistent across all 3 players, though. You can have as big a carry as you want. If you've only got one player finishing well, may still not carry you through.
Oh,
Whoa!
Barbos. Oh, mistake from Barbos. But Zimzalablim DNF'd. They gave up. Zimzalablim was like, nah, everyone's going to hit it, and DNF'd themselves.
Yeah.
Mental boom, a mental mistake, I think just cost them.
I got to shout that name out precisely one time. Zimzalabim is sent straight out here. Can you please do better next map so that I can say that more? I love the name. Coming back through, it is going to be Germany leading out the start. They do have a very, very strong early pack on the field, but you saw it, Barbos crashing out at the end of that one and wasn't in first place to begin with.
No, it wasn't, but it's the law of Trackmania. You have one bad round, you bounce back the next. If you do really well one round, you're going to crash out the next at the moment. But this time, everybody's super clean through the first tough section. As we get more towards the end, Javzo is the one who's a little bit behind. However, a lot of mistakes can happen on these final few turns. This transition so important in maintaining that speed. And you can see Javzo is gaining a bit on Tween. Takes a wide line, holds the speed. Can't they stick the risky finish? They would have got the snipe, but they bounce off the wall, and Javzo will be out for the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's going to be Netherlands losing another here and down to 1. It's not going to be happy days for them here. However, I think the dominant 3 teams are showing themselves already. It is per map, though. You are going to see vastly different results if our last series is anything to go by at the very least. Who knows? Could be anything come through there.
It could be anything as we continue right along in the next one. Again, this track, it's all about the start and the end. Those are kind of those more crucial points right now, as you can see. Everybody maintaining that speed through the start. Tight pack will once more come down to a clutch finish as, I don't know, Gax, this one's looking a little bit rough for the Netherlands at this stage.
It is. It's going to be very, very tough for a climb back with only one player, and it hasn't really been seen in that top end. Now, though, we are starting to see Slovakia get back into this. Loso and Tween way up there, but there goes Tween dropping back a little, but look at the mistake from Enner Valencia.
Yeah, that said, 2 drivers will be going safe finish, and I don't know if Enner will be able to save it, and they are! As Ratchet... Ratchet messed up the ending. And that's going to cost him right there.
We may not see Germany lead up that early pack now. Ratchet has been that one out in front every time in that first few moments of the track. So that's a big loss for them there. I think he's had some really good starting pace. If he'd been able to bring it back in throughout that, it was a real contender there. And that's a massive error for the team, not just the player.
Yeah, this is huge for France as well. Again, still having all 3 drivers in it. Netherlands, they're the ones with a lot of the pressure because Jussie has been looking kind of slow at the start, and again is towards the back. This is a much better look from the French team as well. Through the first half last time, they were actually sitting at 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, so they're a bit further back up. But Barbos up in the lead, looking good. Is the pressure in the back? It's Tween, who was in trouble until Barbos actually bonks himself back. And I imagine we'll see some safe finishes here. Germany might be losing their second.
Yeah, it depends how much that safe does cost you, but I would think that is probably going to be the case. Doesn't look like a lot of people are going to be taking it, and I don't think the time was there. We looked at it last time we were on this map, and it was about 1.8, 1.9 seconds. It costs you to go the safe finish. I don't think that space was there. That Barbos was only 1 second behind flat.
Yeah, and Barbos was very feast or famine, it looked like, to start this one off. And, well, a couple famine runs, out they go. And France, again, they almost have all 3 of their drivers through the first half, and that is nearly as perfect as you can get right now. This is going to be an interesting one. 1 driver left for Germany, 1 driver left for the Netherlands. They can ill afford to not get in the top 3.
And Slovakia, even though they've dropped a player here, they have their 2 big players playing out here. Loso and Tween, both still in this. Tween has had a little bit of inconsistency in pace. No major errors to really cost like an entire round with any major margins or anything. However, will need to be pushing a little bit more. Maybe just is comfortable with
it's
holding
over.
that
Enter's gone.
non-back marker thing. Yeah, Enna Valencia again, way back there, and that is the first player from France to drop.
Yeah, I was kind of looking towards the back and enter just a couple. It's that last section as well. It can be really deceptive. Not so much the transition, but the turn leading up to it. You actually have to be really wide and really precise to maintain the speed into the transition. And that's kind of where things got a little bit wonky for them. So when they kind of floated through, wound up double bonking and out they went. So first real mistake from France. Overall, though, they should be okay as long as both drivers survive this round. They will be maintaining their lead. But he had terrible start initially for the Netherlands. Jussie, to their credit, bringing it back, and Piranha as well. We haven't been calling out their name. This is actually the first time they've been in jeopardy through that first few sections. Not quite as fast as the rest of the pack, and they're going to be hoping for a mistake. Jussie almost made one right there.
I mean, the reason we haven't been calling them out is because they've been mid-pack. That's safety, but it doesn't mean that you're going to hold front pace. It doesn't take much of an error to send you to the back, and now that we are closing down that top 6, the errors aren't coming through anywhere near as much. He can't afford that safety. He is making a bit of time up in the back end. Can he get a position? It doesn't look likely. No, Piranha will drop, and that is Germany's end to the first map.
Yeah, and again, the mistake came at the start. I didn't really catch it on the camera right there, but the two critical moments, the turn leading into transition and those first couple, it's more like section 2, 3, 4. That's where you start to see the discrepancies build, and, well, that's what happened to Prawn on that one. So Germany, unfortunately for that squad, they're going to be the first team out of this one, and, well, it doesn't look good for their chances to be in the top 2. There's a chance they could take third place back, unless, of course, Jussie goes all the way and winds up winning this stage as a whole. At the moment, though, top 5 as everybody very clean through the first half of the track.
Actually, crazy to see this push back here as well by Azion, and staying right up the front. Looking very good. Loso trying to contest that, but it is Tween to drop to the back, who is one of those shout-out players for Slovakia. And now trailing, not a lot of places left. I think anybody dropping out here forward will be okay with their position. But, it is definitely going to be one person in particular. Azion drops it off at the last second with a big error.
Yeah, but
sorry.
Jussie had a bigger one, missed the finish, and the Netherlands are out of the first track. Azion bailed out a bit right there. The risky finish really is risky, and I think out of the 3 tracks, this one has, again, the biggest chance to kind of mess it up. So Azion breathes a sigh of relief. Didn't really get through that narrow sort of transition in the track where you have to be full speed through what feels like a car and a couple millimeters wide. Lucky them. They keep fighting. France keeps extending their lead, and look, probably the 2 favorites, they're looking very good right now. Both of them with 2 drivers in the top 4.
And Jussie individually has got to be pretty happy with the performance, though. I mean, the rest of the team dropped off so hard. Azion, though, at the back, consistently making errors right now, and it's got to be the pressure. You know you've got to push your lines when you are now in this top end. 4 players left on the track, and to be that top racer really has to be your focus once you narrow it down to this. There is no pack to be middle of.
No, but at that same token, at this stage, again, the beginning of the track, it's so that you can make mistakes there, I should say, so easily. So Azion had a couple boo-boos at the start, will fall out. At the end of the day, no real harm, no foul, I think, for the French side. Like, yes, that ties up 11-11. And you're kind of relying on your one teammate maybe to try and win it out, but you can look at it the other way as well. There's more points on the table with 2 drivers that can possibly go the Slovakia way. So I feel France and Slovakia, both of them are going to be happy. They're going to be thinking, all right, we have a nice gap over Germany, an even nicer gap over the Netherlands. This was a good first round for both these countries.
And Max, I don't want to say it, but you might be breaking your 0% prediction rate here.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good for both of us on this one. France and Slovakia coming through, looking excellently. But
Well, I did say
Slovakia
Netherlands.
might be the pick here. Yeah, that is true. But Slovakia was your number one, and it is actually looking like it might come out here, especially if Loso can keep this up. Vortex still pushing here. He's been in front many rounds and doesn't seem to be able to hold that absolute front position, but it is consistency here, and Vortex has it enough to hold Tween off here by the looks of it.
Yeah, it will be enough. So we'll get a little fun 1v1 to end this one out. Tween's kind of been all over the place. I'm actually surprised Tween lasted as long as they did, not because I doubt their pace, but just because they had a rough start, but did enough to survive, gets through. More importantly, though, with the end of that round, France will be in first place no matter what at the end of our first track. So well done, France, champions of Surfside, and we'll see who the individual champion will now be as Vortex and Loso duel it out. A bit of pride on the line for moving forwards.
And the format is a torture test of consistency, and you did see that drop off every player to now. These are the two players who have not made big errors for the entirety of this. Vortex had a couple of backmarker positions in pack, but has never separated from that pack, and now leads it out. Loso not too far behind, but this might be the first time Loso has really looked at a losing position in the entire map. Can he get it back?
I mean, if you were going to find the speed, that was the moment there. And while they were a little bit faster, I don't think it's going to be enough. In fact, it's quite obviously not going to be close, but no cigar. Congratulations, Vortex. It's going to go ahead, win out on Surfside. The French team, a 5-point lead from first, but more importantly, it's that 12-point lead to third, meaning they could bomb out the first round in that next stage, and they'll still be A-OK. They'll still be in prime position to hold a top 2 placement. Really well done by the French squad.
France and Slovakia. I'm not going to go and grab my trophy just yet, but France leading by just that little bit. I mean, the two teams are coming in as such competitive nations. I will say though, Slovakia did drop that first player off quite early there, and did pick up a few more points as a result of that. It means that Germany still have a decent look in here. I think Netherlands, though, are going to struggle a bit here. They need some really good placements.
All you need is a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, of course. Why didn't I just get zeros across the board?
Just zeros.
Why didn't I think of that?
I mean, we almost saw it in that last semifinal, so we'll see.
True.
We'll see how they play it out. Oh, man, this track, look, when you have a chance, as you do, giving them all a run, this track gave me so much strife. Of course, I'm talking about Chiaroscuro, which is where we are going to be going next. And again, it's another precise track, but unlike the last one, it's kind of more the middle sections, I think, where we really see the make or break and where we're going to see the drivers start to differentiate themselves as they come through. So excited to see how this one will play out when we get into it. A lot of pressure on Germany and the Netherlands. We'll see if they can bring it back, or, well, more importantly, see as well if the form of our two front runners will continue as we gear up to go. Gex, let's do a quick snap prediction right now. Who's winning? Who is going to be the last driver standing here?
It's hard going into a new map. I mean, they've just finished a warm-up. It's very, very tough question to answer with no evidence on field. I was trying to just look quickly through the results of this track in the last round, and at least between Germany and Slovakia, it seemed to be Barbos coming up really well there. But I mean, there's no test between them and France yet, who are looking so good. I like Loso's lines right now, though. He's been so good. As long as he can hold consistency, I want to give it to Loso.
I want to give it to Barbos. I think Barbos is going to bring it back right now, who admittedly probably bounced out a little earlier than what they would have thought. Rezo, though, having a bit of some troubles at the start, but with the Netherlands at the moment. So two drivers towards the back, and Eyes are going to be on them as we get to the second half of the track. It's rare that you see two drivers make a mistake here, Gag.
Yeah. It absolutely is, and it's going to affect something that's crucial for this format, and that's your median time. I mean, you've got to keep your average high, or you do risk being that back marker. So there it is with a huge finish from Germany, Ratchet and Azox at the front, but it is almost expectedly going to be Netherlands dropping off the first player there, and I'm not gonna give a chance for Twitch chat to come at me again. You can say that name if you'd like.
I mean, we all know I'll get it wrong. We all know it, so.
Vagentier. I'll. There you go. Okay, have your go, Twitch.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll give it to them.
Let them have a little bit of a crumb to feast on. A little crumb. Australians don't know how to speak English. How curious.
It's not English. That's the whole.
Every language. Until England gets knocked out, every language is English, and that is why England needs to go down in that lower bracket. But we're in the upper bracket. We're in the second round, and I am loving the turnaround I'm seeing from Germany right now. I know, again, well, Azox a little bit further back, Azio, I should say, a little bit further back, but well, actually they could be in a bit of trouble right here. One bad touch and they will go down, but Razio, second round in a row, just not with the pace, and that's not looking good for Slovakia.
Yeah, Raze is going to have to really pick it up. It is a swap in there. I don't think Raze was their third in the first map. So Raze is going to get his shot on here, and that is about it. A look in is all he will get, and knocked out quite early. That is going to really affect the chances for Slovakia having those extra points on from such an early outage.
So I know it's Raze with the eyes in the face, but you have to incorporate that into the name, right? You read what's in front of you, so it's like what would you call those eyes?
I was double checking with that, and then got my camera onto him and saw the eyes without the full capitalization. Made a lot more sense to me. I don't know. It's not Owo. That's a totally different thing.
That's completely different. It's like because of without the W, I was just going like Rezo. I don't know.
I know.
It's a tough. All I know is like either give us proper emojis so we can be, as toxic as possible with their names,
or just full commit to the weeb bit and you put the W in. That's the really.
We need the W, all right. But how else do you win without a W?
Exactly. That's what he was lacking.
Hey, look at all the names here. Only one of them has L in their name, all right? And, okay, they may have won the last round, but that's still, get rid of L's, add W's. Wow. Oh, Azo, that's not going to do it.
Looking really good again from Germany here, though. Barbos and Ratchet straight up. But there's the rest of Germany gone. Azox going to make a huge error there. I didn't think we'd see Germany out that fast on this map either. They clearly have a lot of time in it.
Yeah, that they do. So that's going to be a bit unfortunate for the German side. A lot more even this round. That said, France, still all three drivers. So it's looking very clear. French team, they're probably going through to that grand final unless we start to see a major collapse. And of course, as soon as you say that, you do see a French driver towards the back, Vortex. But they're not going to be back there too long. I imagine pack super tight. Vortex actually with the wider line will hold most speed, will make it through, but this is where things get difficult. Very precise if you want to hit it at that fast pace. You can see we're starting to see the pack start to thin out. The safer drivers, maybe a bit too slow, feed the one in trouble halfway through.
And Vortex is just absolutely clawing his way back through the pack. This is what I was going to say. Vortex being at the back is probably the best case scenario for France when it's early in a track, simply because Vortex has the best peak speed of any of the players in this match, I think, and can bring those back. There you go, Ratchet, Loso, and Vortex makes out third place, which is crazy, but unfortunately for Netherlands, they trail there again, and they will lose Javzo.
That's a painful blow for the Netherlands as well. They needed a strong map here, and with two of them already gone, I mean, first of all, it's a lot of pressure on Zykos, but also, more importantly, for them, I mean, even if they kind of win this one out, I think they're still very likely going to be in fourth place going into the final stage. The only way how they won't be in fourth place is if Germany collapses these next 2 rounds, which I don't see happening off the start. Ratchet looking very, very clean. Barbos as well in the front. This so far has actually been the Germany comeback map, which has been great for them and a little bit stressful maybe for Slovakia, especially with Loso, the winner, by the way, of Surfside. Now all the way in at the very, very back.
Yeah, Slovakia really need Loso with a big push here. Loso was holding really, really well. There is the error, and it's from the French feed going to be dropping back here, and might be, I would say definitely 6.6 seconds. That's a long way back. Going to be the first player to drop from France. So a bit more of an even map here.
I think it says something. I know you guys were talking about it before because we saw it before, where you have a 6-second gap and you still go for the risky finish because the safe finish is that like scary.
Yeah, like, you not after last
yeah,
you're not going for that. You're nobody else is willing to make that mistake. It gets called out live on stream immediately after it. You now have that memo.
Nope, just we may as well go into like the map editing and just delete it. I think that's for the safety of all the drivers. I kind of feel like that's what we have to do.
Match regulations say that there's been too many accidents on that corner. We're removing it.
OH and S. Are you aware there's ice here? That's a slipping hazard. We gotta get rid of it. All right. Also, I'm a little bit. You know what's nice? No choking hazards, though. Everybody has been, keeping it clean. We haven't seen any big mistakes from our front runners, France.
Yeah.
Well, now that feed is gone, well, they're looking mostly good again, although Ota in a bit of trouble.
We've had a couple of little scares from Loso and Vortax, who currently leads, but they're both fairly consistent here. Other mistakes coming through, and Tween will make his here as well. I can't believe that we do lose first Slovakian there, but there goes Tween. So second Slovakian.
Yeah, that was 0.006 of a second, by the way, was the difference to survive right there. So a bit unfortunate for Tween. And I mean, again, what a bounce back round right now for Ratchet and Barbos in Germany. They are right back in it. They haven't really secured second place yet because there's still a lot of points on the table for having 2 drivers remaining, unless one of them can come through with the overall win. And go judging by Barbos and Ratchet's pace, still very, very likely. However, yeah, it is going to be, I think, a very close margin between those 2 countries for that crucial second place. France right now, even if they kind of bomb out of this round, they're still going to be in first place overall. You add 11 to that 19, you get to 30. They're going to be in the lead no matter what going to the third stage. And that was a mistake. I didn't quite catch it. Was Zykos, and they're gone. Zyko's gone.
Oh, that is the end of Netherlands with the DNF there. Everybody else can just finish from here on out, or not if they choose not to, I suppose.
I get nervous. I mean, we saw both of the French drivers went for the quote-unquote safe finish there. Unnecessary risks, if you ask me. I mean, you already have the lead showing off now by going that direction.
Yeah. I like it. That's big brain tactics there. Too risky to go for the safe finish. But I do agree. I think France has done enough to hold their position for sure, but the consistency has left something to be desired for France here. Vortax has had his issues and does trail now again, but Barbos, you called it out, that would be that front runner. I wanted it to be Loso still in the pack, but I think you far and away have the pick that is most likely right now. Barbos, time and time again, has been right up the front there. Loso does actually sneak up as I talk about him there. Maybe a cast of blessing for once, but it's we were talking in the break how much we hate the caster curse. It's cast of blessing.
Yeah, Crash Curse ain't real. But what is real right now is this battle between Slovakia and Germany. I mean, again, Loso, Barbos, and even Ratchet usually is up there as well. The question is, can Ratchet survive this time? Yes, they do.
Ooh.
Stave off the light push out of Ota. So France loses another. They're still in first place. That's fine. Germany needing to have someone win this stage and that other driver, possibly the 1-2, to maintain that second place. They're now 2 rounds away from doing it. It's only Loso really standing in their way.
Yeah, Loso is going to have to make a big hold here, though. There is, of course, Vortex there, but I mean, it benefits everybody else here. I mean, well, mainly you're looking, of course, at Germany and Slovakia here, but to benefit if France has those detractions from them. So I'm sure everybody's going to be looking to get Vortex out of this race now, and it's not looking likely. Vortex pushing really well right this second.
Yeah, Loso cannot afford to get knocked out right now because, again, that would put, well, their country in jeopardy again. Second place coming into this round with a bit of a gap at the moment. They could be dropping down to third. Ratchet a little bit wide, though, is going to lose speed into the second half. That could be the opening Loso needs. It's going to be a slow climb relatively, but in reality, they are going so fast through these final sections. It is full send to the end. Once you get here, as long as you hit it clean, Germany will be looking good. Loso, not so much. And Slovakia may have just given up second place in the standings as we move to their final 2 rounds.
A little scary on the finish from one of the Germans there, off the left side. Got a little close to the checkpoint marker there to finish, but it did make it through, and now there is the chance for that 0-0 finish, and Vortex leading up means now I think already guaranteed that Germany will be in second place for the remainder of this unless Slovakia can make a comeback in the next map. They are now on 38 points, and Germany already guaranteed at least a 33 here. So France, can they detract from that? Slovakia will be actually probably hoping on France now just to secure their second place.
I feel like it's just been a reoccurring theme of teams rooting for France throughout this event to try and bail them out of bad situations.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
It's how it works out. Unfortunately, Barbos at the moment is the one who's about a 10th down, but has a bit more pace than Vortex coming through that difficult transition. Both drivers looking neck and neck at the moment. Ratchet looks clean. It's going to come down to the other two. Vortex with a bit more speed. Is their line good? Barbos is gaining. Is going to risk it. They may have got the snipe, but they're too wide. And Vortex gets through. Barbos almost had it.
Yeah, I mean, Barbos knew he needed a low finish there. I'm sure the comms were coming in as well, but yeah, it maybe not the line you want. Crashes into the finish and counts himself out there. It does spell a sigh of relief for Slovakia there, though, because they would have been absolutely devastated by Germany getting that 0-0 finish. That would have been disastrous for them.
It would be, and early mistake from Ratchet as well. Again, it's just going to help the Slovakia side because now they're going to be tied, Gex. They're going to be tied.
You called it, so France are bailing them out.
Yeah, it's how it works. It's been the recurring theme, and we are going to have a tie for that pivotal second place going to the third map, which is, I think, exactly what you want, right? Like, it doesn't get much closer than that. And
well, it's what we want. It's what the viewers want. It's surely not what those two teams wanted coming into this, but they will be fighting it out in the most dire of circumstances for sure. We had a close finish for that second place in our last series, and we're going to have it again. Vortex does set Ratchet back, and there it is. France coming up looking quite good again. I can't believe they came through with the first place finish. They didn't do so well from their second and third player on that map.
I have to keep telling myself caster curses aren't real when you're still shooting that 0% pick rate. Like,
yeah, it's possible for you. You've managed to make it possible. It is doable. All hope on Slovakia from both of us here, and that is not a good sign.
Well, hey, I still think, again, the Slovakia team on paper they're arguably the best team. They arguably should be winning this thing, and now, well, they might have to do it through the lower bracket. We'll see. Germany has just been looking so strong as well as we get ready to go to Magneton. Our third and final map. Again, talking to the drivers, this is the most difficult. This is the most precise. And we're going to see the variability, but it is going to come down to the end between, again, Slovakia and Germany. They're going to be the two I think a lot of people are going to have eyes on. Netherlands, look, they'll go down to the lower bracket. They'll still have a chance to fight back in this one. France, congratulations. Unless you implode something we have not yet seen, I don't think it's even possible for them to go lower bracket from here, just because either Slovakia or Germany is going to be at worst mid. So, yeah, it will be an interesting one, though. We have 6 of the 12 drivers that are going to be sending it at minimum.
It's going to be interesting, this one. Last time they faced off on Surfside, Loso did come up on top of Barbos there, and Piranha did get the best of Tween, who then got the best of Ratchet. It does seem like Slovakia maybe lacking that little bit on their third player each time, so really hoping Slovakia can get in that third player, get them a really good showing, because there was barely a look in for that first on map number 2.
Yeah, we'll see how they look. We'll see how they attack. Let's get ready to go, though. Oh boy, big nerves. You'd have to imagine for both of these teams that are still right in the mix of it all. Here we go. Now, this track is interesting because arguably the very start is the toughest part. That initial transition, Gex, it looks so simple when you practice it a lot, but it's so easy to flub it up. Fortunately for this first round, everybody does get through it clean.
It's interesting to see those stats. I love that we have both the best time and the median time for every track as well, because Loso did take that out with the best fastest time, but median time was actually somewhat significantly worse than Barbos. So Barbos still in this with a really good fight.
Can I just say, like, we finally see the sub in for, like, Pobar, and they immediately bonk, and I think they're going to be out first.
Oh, Poboa.
we see them once this entire, like, winter bracket final, and it looks like it's a one and done.
Yep, that is really quite something. Pobo is one of the only players in this I've actually had the pleasure of casting before as well, so I was hoping for a stay.
Hi, thanks for coming. Now get out of here. All right, cameo done. That was a little bit unfortunate.
Anything the Aussies know, straight out. Throw it away in the bin.
And now, actually, it's Ener Valencia as well, kind of struggling at the start as well. That initial transition, as mentioned before, could be throwing out another driver. And Gex, every time we see, a driver from the Netherlands or the driver from France struggle and kind of knock themselves out, it's just adding to the tension between, the Slovakia and Germany battle, because the first driver to go out for either of those teams puts so much pressure on the other two teammates as well, because you have to essentially, beat your opponents by a couple rounds at that stage. So, again, the battle for second is going to continue.
Ener Valencia did have issues in map 1 as well, but nothing like this. This is going to be a huge loss. Oh, never mind.
Wait.
Jussie has made a much bigger error and is gone. It might be the first time I've seen somebody not make the finish on that.
Yeah, that is...
that's brutal.
Was a little bit spooky right there. Okay, you know what? I think I understand what's happening right now. Netherlands, they realize they can't get through, so they're playing for the new high score.
Maybe they're just trying to get their players out early to practice for the other game modes. They're like, all right, let's call it. It's not going to be us in second, so let's send it home and get onto the other modes. We're taking something home.
But they're still in the lower bracket. They're not eliminated. They need to keep doing this mode.
That's true.
And they clearly need more practice in this mode because they're losing.
You're right. I had forgotten momentarily that there was lowers for them to see, but yeah, you're right. They need to practice. That is harsh. All right, they've still got one left. And it's the one I can't pronounce.
That's okay. I think right now the bigger thing, though, is Reyes is actually the one in the back. And for Slovakia. Again, we said before, losing that first driver puts the rest of your team in strife. Well, it's going to go the Slovakia way, or is it last second snipe? Not this time. So Germany gets a leg up in the battle for second as they knock out one of the members from Slovakia. That's 10 points. That's pretty massive.
Yeah, I mean, Rays does get a bit of a better look in, at least in map 3. Didn't get much of one in map 2. So Slovakia going to be desperate for their points here. However, they are sending their best into it. They didn't have a great placement from their third last time and still won Surfside. So it is doable for them.
And again, at this stage, every round that the Germans survive, that's just more pressure that is going to be put on Slovakia. At this stage, you have to think of it as a 1-point difference, but if all the Germans survive, that becomes 2 points, and that will continue to grow, especially with mistakes coming from the French teams. It's actually Vortex, who has arguably been the best and most consistent driver in this upper bracket final so far. They're the one who's going to bonk themselves out, and that is so good for the German side, especially with Azo in the back of the, the peloton of the back of the pack. They can still take it relatively safe to the ending, and that is Germany extending their grip on second place.
I will say, actually, the last time that they faced off on this map, it was actually an objectively worse. It was a second round out from the third place for Slovakia there, so they are objectively doing better than last time they versed Germany here.
They are doing better, but this unfortunately is a mistake at the start, and that was Tween not sticking the landing. If Slovakia loses their second here, Gex, that might be enough to push Germany over the edge.
It is your fault at this point. Pushing for that 0%, they knew it. They had to help the Australian out. So, you know what? You're on target for your goal.
I will not take any credit for the performance of the teams I predict. All right? That is on them.
Right, I'll take it for you.
Cool, take it, please. By all means, you can have that mantle. A mistake early from Tween, though, is going to be enough to put this one to bed. And now, that does put them, quick maths, 56 points. 18 plus 38, Gex, is 56 points.
Look, this is just retribution. Australia is from the grave pushing out other teams from the tournament still. So,
but this could be it. This could be the round that pushes Germany. Germany has to lose 3 rounds in a row, and Loso has to win, or else it's over. So Germany, they just need to, all 3 of their drivers just need to survive right now, and they will be going through to the grand final.
Yeah, I like their chances. If I'm honest, I'm really liking their chances of that happening. However, the gaps are closing up. The consistency is becoming more and more and more necessary. I will say, huge shout out here. Enna Valencia still in the pack with 7 left and racing very well.
Yeah, that they are, and that's good to see. Again, you need the German sweep 3 rounds in a row, and Azo is the one who is kind of in the back at the moment. As long as they can stay with the pack. Actually, they're dropping further back, so you know what? It's not over yet. Barbos is the one who actually falls.
Barbos? That is the best chance for Slovakia. That is the best timeline for Slovakia.
Yeah, but now it has to happen 2 more times. I mean, it's such a tough ask.
The likelihood that those other 2 will come out over Barbos is so much more dramatic, though. I cannot state that is the player they needed gone for any chance at all 3 to go.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, Shark Eric has been very, very consistently towards the front. Azo has been a little bit sketchy. Do you trust Loso also to get that overall win? I mean, we'll see. At the moment, again, it's Azo and Shark Eric. They're the 2 in the back. This is not been the easiest track for Germany all of a sudden. The pressure of having to have everyone survive kind of getting to them.
Bogenche way up front as well. There's a big error from Azion though.
Oh no!
And, oh my goodness, a huge crash out there. Who was that to the back? It was Loso.
It was Loso.
That is the end of Slovakia. There's no coming back from that, surely.
No, there isn't. That's going to do it. Germany's going to get through at minimum in second place. What?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Germany still gets through, Gex. Germany still gets through.
Yeah, that's true. They needed to go out there, but Against, I was just about to make the call out that Netherlands, that is still their best work to get through to this point here, but disappointed there. I'm sure they are devastated at that finish and at that outro to the series. And, of course, dropping down to the lower bracket now, they will get one more chance at it.
I love it. Shark Eric, we're through. All right, cool. I'm done. No, I ain't gonna bother.
He doesn't care.
My start was not the best. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm good. We're gonna celebrate. We're going to the grand final. So congratulations, Germany. After the first map, after Surfside, I was a little bit worried for the German team, but congratulations to them. They brought it back. Slovakia have some work to do in the lower bracket. Netherlands, a lot of work to do in the lower bracket. But let's give some flowers to the team that deserves it. We didn't talk much about them, Gex, because they were that far ahead. This French team,
oh yeah,
they look unbeatable.
Yeah, I mean, it is an attestament to them that that's not where the competition was. They took such a strong lead there that realistically the only place we could look at for the question mark was between Germany and Slovakia. Germany comes up on top, but France, like you said, they were just dominated, absolutely huge. And a huge shout out to Enna Valencia. Did not have the greatest of entries in the first map. Comes back in here for the third and looking absolutely awesome there, Enna Valencia. Azion still in it as well. I mean, they're still making points here, even if they drop out here. Third and fourth is going to be huge placements for the team, but Azox, he's looking to finish this off with a 0. Loso's still in it and will be pushing for as many points and negations as possible for the team, but like you said, it's already over for them.
It is already over, but it's good to see the form Loso is in, because going to that lower bracket, we're going to need that form. And if anybody in the Twitch chat, by the way, kind of knows how that lower bracket has been looking and wants to share some results, I'm very curious on who is doing well, because again, that Great Britain team, they look scary as well, to put it mildly. Azion will go out in this one, so we'll have, one driver from our remaining 3 countries still in this one to see who's going to get the bragging rights of being the last driver left. But yeah, I would love to see some results. Sadly, no, nobody has results, it looks like it.
This one not done yet, and the final 3 are the 3 really star representative nations out in this one as well. Unfortunate for the Netherlands, but you have to talk about how good these guys have been. And again, I think the most relevant one to talk about, despite going out in third here, would be Loso. Like you said, it has to be a good performance here to represent in that lower final now, but that is where we're going next up, so it has to be there. It has to be in spades, and Loso has been representing well in every single map. I think that is crucial. It's really hard to do that across all maps.
It really is. Also, I am seeing, Claire doing fantastic work, by the way, as is all the staff for this event. It is looking like GB, so Great Britain and Poland are kind of the 2 leading out. Can't say too surprising. Finland might be able to make a comeback. We'll see if they can do it. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Belgium, who looked really strong as well, not coming through. So that's a bit of a shocker there. Either way, we are down to our last 1v1. Momentum is big. Maybe Loso can do it. Enter Valencia as well, though. Strong in the first map, mistakes in the second. Could finish strong in the third, as Loso does run into issues on the launch on this track is hard.
It's
hard.
going to just keep getting harder as the pressure mounts, though. Only 2 races left in this particular event, of course. It is a long journey ahead of us. Still multiple weekends of competition to go, and we aren't done with this one yet. Those 2 ahead of us are going to be tighter. I got to say, dropping down there, Slovakia, I love Poland, but they are going to have a tough time of Slovakia. They're looking really good.
I'm gonna say it right now. All right, I'm gonna drop my prediction here. Before we get too crazy, I think it is going to be Great Britain and Slovakia getting through that lower bracket. That's my pick now. And so I hope you're excited to see the Netherlands and Poland bounce back and get themselves through.
Exactly.
But that's going to do it here. Enter Valencia gets the last win. Congrats to them. Congrats to France. Congrats to Germany. They're going through to the grand final.
Yeah, really, really big. And Loso getting out there second. France wasn't willing to give anything back, but what a series it was. A real battle for that second spot. Kept us on the edge of our seats. I love that we saw so many substitutes out for the maps as well, Max. Really good to see the nation sending out multiple
Did we see them? Because
players.
I saw them do like one round and then get knocked out.
Okay. We don't have to be that cruel, but yeah, we saw them. They were visually there for a moment. Guess who else is visually here? We are bringing back our desk. Welcome back, guys. And we have Shorty Gray joining us with New Alert.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for inviting us back. And Shorty, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Shorty Gray, the coach of Team Slovakia. And I think...
I'm so sorry.
We're really sorry to bring you along at this time in your life. Just about losing out to Team Germany there. I mean, it was really close in the end for the boys, though.
It was really close, but hey, I mean, we're not fully out. We have at least one more match to play, hopefully 2. So
hopefully
I'm not
2.
losing hope. I'm a bit shaky. It really stinks if it's like for just 1 to 3 points. I don't know exactly how many that was, but hey. We did that before. We managed to like fight with the Netherlands, and even though I love Netherlands so much, we know there is some shot, and we have also I think Poland there and Great Britain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, I believe those are the results that have come through from the lower bracket. Yep. So yeah, Poland and Great Britain. Can I just ask, just keeping on that last match as it just happened, is there a clear leader in comms when they're in matches like that, or is it kind of whoever is available makes the call outs for them?
I don't really know actually. I'm not there with them in the voice, and I think I would say both Twin and Loso are in charge, I suppose, because they're really. Yeah. I think they've shown that they're equally good. Even though Loso, I think he's a tiny bit more correct on everything, because I think we all can agree that what happened yesterday and also like partly today. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know is the right call there. I think we did just have those results lock in as well. Poland was leading that and dropped off at the end there, 48-40 for Great Britain to take a first seed. But both those teams, yes, definitely locked in.
I actually have a question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I think we haven't played Poland yet, so I'm not really sure what to expect from them. But I know we played Great Britain multiple times. We played the Netherlands, so I think it's gonna be one hell of a match at least. Like we will see how it goes, and yeah, I feel like maybe our guys are getting a tiny bit like more maybe tired already or something. So but I still have the greatest hopes, and yeah, we will see. It would be so nice to get really further.
Formal, I have to ask, Formal, is your question about the last match or the next match?
My question was actually about Loso and the player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I kind of wanted to ask, like, when you have a player who is hitting consistently and is probably one of the bigger names when it comes to tech driving, like, how much do you coach? Like, where does your coaching then come in for a driver like that, or for any of the drivers with the expertise that they have? Are you focusing more on the mental? Are you helping them find their lines? Like, where?
I'm gonna be honest with you. My coaching when it comes to tech team was none. I put together players, And there was like, yeah, guys, you're playing tech. And like since that moment, kind of, I think Loso more or less take over. He made like part maps, and he was like arranging all this like sort of like sessions. They played together a lot. That's what I know. But after that, like, I am not as good on tech as they are, so it was just obvious that like Loso kind of like took it from me, like, okay, just leave it, just leave it.
Less coach, more general manager.
Yeah, exactly. I think
All
my
coaches
position
have
as a
their,
coach was
expertise, though.
more. I think my position as a coach was in the end more about like the general managing stuff, like get the players, remind them, share the information, just make sure everybody knows when they're playing, what they're playing, and they're available, and this and that, uploading maps and some like minor stuff, but like and some moral empowerment. I tried my best.
That's important.
But we also had like a big Czechoslovak stream yesterday when we were like following our path through tech team, and it was so nice to see. There were many people coming to my stream and being like, "Oh, I didn't know Slovakia actually has good players. I didn't know Slovakia was competing at all. I only know Tween." And I'm like, "Yeah, then there you go. Just watch, and we'll
wait and see." Yeah. So, Shorty, then we're going to go to break shortly because the next match, they're already getting ready, the boys, to play in that next one. I have to ask then, which team? Obviously, Slovakia is going to make it to the grand final. Obviously, goes without saying, of course. Which team do you think is going to be the big challenges in that next match for your guys' team?
In next match,
so Poland, Great Britain, Netherlands against Slovakia. So I guess who do you think it might make it to the grand finals? Again, obviously alongside Slovakia.
So I really wish it would be Netherlands. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. So I was told that I really wish it to be Netherlands.
Wait, who's telling you that?
I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen Poland playing really, so I don't know what to expect from them. I know we are able to deal with the Great Britain and the Netherlands. I would really wish Netherlands to go through with us because that would be really beautiful. But anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Anything could happen, absolutely. Well, Shorty, thank you for coming and sharing your opinions, and exclusively your opinions, with us on this broadcast. We're going to head to a very quick break. We will be back with the consolidation final action from the Tech Team tournament at the Trackmania Games. Don't go anywhere. They're all bangers, but this one is also especially going to be a banger. See you very soon.
Thank you for having me.